First of all, hey, how you doing? It's been a minute since I seen you on the timeline. I've been absent, so it's not like you've been there. I didn't see your videos. I just been gone. But no, I was the same way because especially I started out as just a straight podcaster, so this was straight audio. So imagine you're recording the audio and then you play it back, like no video, nothing to watch. You're just like listening to yourself as you're going through episode after episode. Because I used to be one of the first people, because of course I'm subscribed to my own show, right? So I'm the first people to listen on the drive, and try to put myself in that mindset of like, okay, random Joe Blow is listening to this. Okay, a person who has hypertension is listening to this, right? All right, a medical, healthcare professional is listening to this. So I used to just put myself in different positions when I was thinking about the replay, right? And that's typically how I try to fast forward now. So when I started adding video, it just added a whole different level. One, because once you add video, you start seeing like, okay, because I'm dark skinned, right? So, lighting ain't the best, right? The camera could be better, right? Background was, could have did something. And then depending on where I'm recording at, let's say if I'm in like a chair and I'm doing one of these, like I'm spinning back and forth because I'm a little nervous. I'm just trying to catch my thoughts, or I'm leaning back, or I'm leaning too close to the camera. So I'm just like watching all of these things here. And it then helps me to try to remember, like, oh, remember on that last video, you were kind of leaning. Maybe you should lean a little bit less or lean a bit more. And more importantly, when I started doing interviews, because when I first started, I think on my podcast, my first 30 to 50 something. I have to see. In fact, when I'm done recording this, I'm going to see who was my first guest. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm on call. You know how that goes. So I'm going to see who was my first guest, because I remember interviewing the first time I packed. It wouldn't shock me if it was my wife. It wouldn't shock me because she's right there. So that'd be an easy interview for me. But like as I started interviewing guests, then I started having to work on, all right, how do I, become a better interviewer? Because we've all seen guest shows, interview type shows where it just seems like the interviewee and the interviewer, they're not necessarily meshing, and the conversation's not flowing like you would want it to flow. So I started obviously looking to see, all right, what were the cues? All right, should I ask this question? Oh, I should have let the interviewer go, or maybe I should have slowed the interviewee down. So it's just things that I'm working on, because as I go into, especially this year, where we're going to be bringing a lot more guests on, I'm just making sure I just kind of fine tune the stuff I already do well. I think we are, as I record this, 349 episodes. And this is just straight video episodes. I've done way more lives and stuff. I don't even count those. But about 349 episodes in the bank. 349 podcast episodes. A whole bunch of Medicine Mondays, which is the video version of it, as well as the Real Physician Reacts. So it's just the goal of trying to get better and serve the community that you're serving, right? So the people I talk to on social media, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you're at, the goal is obviously to get better, right? So you're like, all right, like I think I can still listen to this guy talk about whatever the topic happens to be. So it's definitely one of the reasons why I like to do it, but I can understand why people would feel weird doing it, because again, you're watching yourself, you're hearing it in a different voice and how it sounds when you say it. All these things just make people like, I'm not trying to go through that a second time around. So I can see it.